Drew Pavlou has been the talk of the town today, and I spoke with him a little earlier. Drew Pavlou, great to see you again. Welcome. Well, do you think your post forced this onto the president's radar?
Look, Sharri, thank you so much for having me on. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I was extraordinarily delighted and shocked to see that the president shared my post, and he called up Prime Minister Anthony Albanese right after at 2 a.m. and he requested that the Australian government protect these players. And look, I'm just absolutely delighted. Like, it's such a good cause to try protect these women. They face the potential of being executed in Iran if they're sent back, and I really fear for them. I really fear if they're sent back that they will be hurt. So I really hope that we've had a good option. I really hope that we've had a good impact here, saving the lives of innocent people. I'm really grateful to President Trump for sharing my tweet. I'm honestly just still in shock. It's just crazy.
Do you think the Albanese government was too slow to act here, because we've known about this issue for close to a week? And do you think this also shows the power of social media, where you can raise the plight of these brave Iranian soccer players and the President of the United States sees it, he acts, he calls the Prime Minister?
Look, it was an amazing statement by Trump. He acted very decisively. I'm really grateful that he intervened. I was really worried that the Labor government was dragging their feet on this. It took many days for any confirmation that they would protect these players. It was left right up to the last moment. The 5 players that were offered asylum, it was only after they were able to escape. I'm really worried for the other women who haven't been able to escape, the official minders. There were official visuals earlier today showing that at least one player was being dragged onto the bus. So I'm really worried for these women. I really hope that they will be helped at the airport when they're about to go on the plane. I really hope that Australian government officials will be there to give them the option of safety. I was really worried the Australian government was not going to protect them. And I think it was extremely hypocritical, and it was extremely horrible, because they've spent the past month embroiled in this terrible fight over the ISIS brides. They basically want to bring literal ISIS members here to Australia, the persecutors, the jihadist persecutors of innocents, and yet victims of Islamist persecution were potentially going to be sent to their deaths in Iran. So I'm really grateful that Trump stepped in here. I think it was needed. I think without President Trump's intervention, I was really worried that potentially the Australian government would let the rest of the team basically be bundled onto a plane.
Of course, the Albanese government says they're not doing anything to repatriate the ISIS cohort, but they've done nothing to stop it. They say they're entitled to passports, and they're not answering the questions about how exactly the group got hold of the Australian passports. Drew, I just want to change topic for a minute.
Absolutely.
You recently released a report online, almost an hour long, exposing alleged NDIS waste and fraud from suspicious providers to inflated invoices being charged to the scheme. In one example you looked at, an NDIS business in Western Sydney was shut down in October, but in its place was another NDIS company with the same phone number and accountant. And here's what happened when you approached them.
Hello, is there a manager here?
No, sorry. Can you get out, please?
No, not yet. I'm just asking. So I know that this was the exact address of a banned NDIS business.
I'm calling the police.
You can understand.
What the heck?
heck?
My office. If I see you here, I gotta call the police. You
I'm on-
understand?
I'm on-
Hey.
That's assault. That's
Hey.
assault.
Understand?
You just broke the
I don't want to
glasses.
see you here anymore.
Yeah, that was really heated, Drew.
Look, it was an amazingly professional business. I'll speak in very general terms about this, but it was an amazingly professional business. To have Pete's filming glasses smashed, I think they screamed the R word, you know, the slur about disabilities. They screamed that at us. They was literally screaming slurs at us. So it's just a good question. I mean, do you want these people to be basically involved in disability provision care in Australia when they're literally hurling slurs around, assaulting people? Speaking in very general terms, I don't think in general terms that is the hallmark of a professional business. So it's incredible what we were able to uncover. It was really, unfortunately, just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it gets really bad. John Dardo, the official NDIA regulator, he told the Australian Senate that if all cases of fraud in the system were to be prosecuted, the Australian legal system would collapse. There are simply not enough judges in Australia to deal with all cases of fraud when it comes to the NDIS. We're talking, this is a massive drain on the country. It's an incinerator of cash. And we want people with genuine disabilities to be cared for. We just want the rorts to be ended. We want dodgy providers out of the system. We want organised crime out of the system. We want people to be able to, people who genuinely need this care, to get the care that they need without, massive rorts being involved, without people being exploited, without people being taken advantage of. And that's what we're trying to do. We're ultimately trying to actually help disabled people.
Yeah. All right, Drew, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.